Okay, I know I have been tempting my core audience base to jump me for the last 24 hours, but just hear me out. I was thinking about my people pleaser codependency girlies that just get so angry that people don't know that you have needs without you telling them they have needs. Because as a spectrum girly, I'm a natural problem solver because I see patterns everywhere. And so I just like blurt out helpful information all the time. Or I did until I realized that the reason why people treat me as a service worker in their life more so than a friend is because I'm always trying to help and fix people, just as like a natural occurring thought. I'll be like, hey Brandy, I was watching the Disney Channel today, which made me think about your soap brand. Have you ever thought about fix your problem? Which is why I always tell the people pleasing girlies, people take from you because you give and then you get mad at me. But think about it like this. So many of you have told me that my content transforms your lives. In my comments, in my DMs, you're like, oh my God, Kady, I'm so thankful for you. You've changed everything. How many of you have ever thought, I'm going to give Kady something in return? Yeah, no, the like and the thank you, but the people that you do all this stuff for without them asking you to do it, they probably say thank you, but that doesn't feel equitable to you. How many of you have been like, I want to contribute something to Kady? You don't. And why don't you? Because you think, oh, Kady is just, this is excess. She's giving this because she has the capacity to give this. You're not thinking, oh, Kady must be going out of her way to give me all of this good stuff. You value it. You know it's good, but you never think to reciprocate. And that's the part that like I try to get you to connect to when you start victimizing yourself, when you like, people never do for me. How do you know that they know that you're going out of your way to contribute? You're like, they should just know because it's valuable. Why would they naturally think that you are depleting yourself to add something of value that they didn't ask for? You didn't ask for this page, it came across your FYP, but it's still valuable to you. Yet and still, when I have asked for things in return, like, hey, go watch me on YouTube because it will pay me more money. Like, you don't even have to pay me the money. Go watch it in the place that will pay me the money. And some of you will be like, I've been scrolling your page for like 3 hours, which is really cute. But my average video is like 60 to 80 seconds. So 3 hours of watching 60-second videos that pay me like 0.00001 cent an hour versus just watching a 10 or 20 minute video somewhere that would have paid me like 3. But I don't call myself a victim in that scenario of like, okay, you can just watch where you want to, but you don't think to reciprocate is what I'm saying. And there are probably a lot of places and spaces in your life where people do show up for you in ways that are tangible, and maybe even they go out of your way to do it and you don't know it and you don't think about it that way and you don't give them anything equitable in return. You're not a bad person for wanting your needs to be met, but you are an adult. And so you cannot hang your hat on this, well, my parents were not a safe place for me to express my needs. It's time to grow up. It's time to go, okay, I have trouble communicating my needs because I'm afraid they won't be met. But I do realize and I do recognize that if I don't communicate, they definitely won't be met. I'm afraid not of my needs not being met. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm the self-fulfilling prophecy. And I actively participate in some way or another, whether it's somebody in my life that I know or just an influencer that I like online. I actively perpetuate this whole I take and don't give thing because I don't recognize what people sacrifice or don't have or do have to be able to show up in my life in a meaningful way. Sometimes you just have to connect the dot that in some scenarios you are the person who only is hyper-focusing on their needs. And you might be the pushy person because a lot of times it's like, you want the specific need met by the specific person, which is why you won't meet the need yourself because you want it to come from them because it won't feel like love and you won't feel validated. Like this is definitely like your deep therapy work. I'm not trying to, but I did think about that is what I was saying because I was just like volunteering information to someone and I was like, this is, you see, like that's, but as a choice, I'm not mad at that person because I volunteered the information, but it's like, it comes from a place of I get you when I'm like, babe, it's within your power to stop.